experience, and it's not easy. Till late, even after giving so many talks, the keynote gave me butterflies. So
Okay, welcome back, guys. This is the conclusion and concluding keynote. I think I would say from the non-personality Sonali, who is the co-chair of KubeCon and my colleague at Improving, and I would say the start and the end was awesome, done by
great.
you. Starting was like very awesome. I found something desi, and that's where Sonali turned up. I was able to hear about Sonali before joining the company as well, and Atul Priya. These guys are like awesome. I'd like to give mic to her to introduce about herself and also tell us about what is KubeCon and how has been your experience as a co-chair. I know it has been very tiring and all those things. So, but share your experience. What about the feedback you received from the participant? Because this is my first time as well in KubeCon, and what other people who are very new to CNCF community and KubeCon Kubernetes space, how they can get to learn about you as well as how what about this community.
Uh, so yeah, I am Sonali Srivastava. I am senior developer advocate at Improving. We both work together at Improving, and other than this full-time role of mine, I am an open source contributor, and I'm a huge advocate of open source contributions. The reason is because I feel like when we have been using these open source tools, why are we not giving back to them in any possible way? So there can be technical ways. So you asked how people can contribute or be part of CNCF more. One thing that they can do is they can think about technical contributions, which is like just going and raising a PR to fix the issue. The other could be they could find good first issues that they can fix in a project. Uh, or the third could be they could go through the documentation. See, any product that is there on the CNCF landscape, I think they must have a documentation, and all these documentation requires a lot of effort by the team, so they can go ahead contribute in a non-technical way as well. So that's not 100% non-technical, but then you have to have the understanding of the technical features that are there in a particular project. So if you get a basic understanding also, and if you and in the AI era, I don't think it is very difficult to even gain an understanding of a project. You just give it to any AI tool, like maybe Claude. Just ask it that here is something that I'm trying to understand. How will you make me more efficient in this tool, and it will explain it to you. Maybe even ask a question like give it the URL of the document and say, let's just scan it for proofreading, right? Maybe you'll find some typos that you can fix in that project, and that could be something that the maintainers could benefit from. See, the maintainers cannot spend time in fixing the maybe grammatical errors, because these all minor things exist in a project. Maybe some typo or some new suppose some new like recently I was working on one of the documents, and where earlier they were supporting only one type of DB. Now they were able to support two different types of databases. So their image needed an update, and that was just like you had to add one arrow and the logo of that particular product. So that's like a very minor contribution that you can do, but then that's a starting point. That's how you understand, and then seeing your name on the contributors list makes you feel good. So and then that gives you motivation to do more of that stuff. So coming at these conferences, what KubeCon is all about, it's all about networking and letting the people know that there are many projects on the CNCF landscape that you can choose from, you can understand. So if you talk about security domain, which has been like my area of expertise, I have been able to spot many projects which are there in the CNCF landscape, but I remember the name of only few. Why? Because I've seen them at KubeCon. I've gotten a chance to meet their maintainers, the people who are actually fueling that project, right? So I've been able to even come up with use cases for them. So that's something that and that's what you can do when you come to this conference. You can come up with, so before even the event happens, there is a list that comes out on the KubeCon website, whichever KubeCon it is, that which all projects will be there, what all project tables will be, where their booth will be. That's all displayed beforehand. So if you give it to Claude, it will do the complete scan of the web page also and tell you, which all projects are coming. So go ahead, you meet those maintainers and understand. So reading the project is a different thing on a web page, and then meeting that person and help understand what the use case could be is very interesting. So like today I learned about chain guard. Now when I was listening to that person explain to me what chain guard is and how it can help someone, there was 3-4 use cases that I could even think of, right? Even when I have not used chain guard before. So I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. After I go back from here, maybe when I'll record my experiences, this is something that I can talk about, right? Like there's a project called Vulture. So there are many other projects that are there, but then these conferences helps these CNCF projects to get more visibility, get more maintainers, but then it also helps us as the members of this ecosystem to know more about the projects. And the added advantage here is swags. I think we all saw how people were crazy about the swags, and but I think the biggest motivation should be the talks, and that's what KubeCon has been. So if you submit your CFP, you plan well in advance. There are local chapters running. The beauty of KubeCons is they are announced way before, right? It's like a year before almost. You can attend local chapters, meetups. You can see how people plan, how people talk, maybe interact a few, get some ideas, use cases. All that helps you prepare for a bigger event like this, where you can face such a big audience, and it's not easy. Till date, even after giving so many talks, the keynote gave me butterflies. So and I feel that's very natural, because it kind of shows that how much serious a person is about that thing. Even my first talk, I still remember I gave it at FOSS United Chennai. It was security in Kubernetes, and it was just about explaining RBACs, policy as code, why it is needed, how it is needed, and where you can fit in and what tools you can use. It was just a simple session, but then I understood that what this ecosystem needs. I understood the audience that was going to come from the organizers, and I was able to identify the need that was there. I didn't go ahead with a very demo oriented, very heavily technical talk. I went with something that is very beginner friendly. And if you see on KubeCon's website, there are multiple sections which clearly states that you can submit beginner level talks, you can submit intermediate level talks, you can submit panel discussions. So it's not like KubeCon is limiting you, CNCF is limiting you to one category, that you have to submit only session tracks, so it will be selected as a breakout session. There are multiple ways you can get an opportunity. There are maintainer tracks, so if you grow enough and you become a maintainer of a project, you can even submit to maintainer tracks. If you're part of any technical community group, or if you are part of tags, they get a chance to present at project tables, to interact more people, to even bring more people to their community. So all of that is because of a community that CNCF has, and then KubeCon is just one way of bringing that message out. So yeah, and doing all of this as a co-chair, I think it is very energizing. And then when I saw those happy faces of people I was attending even the last session of today, which was of Herbert. He's from Indonesia, and I wanted to understand what the banks in Indonesia are implementing. And then I had to miss the session of Mumshad. So I was like, okay, if I have to choose one, Mumshad's talk, okay, I'll watch it when the recording comes. But I don't want to miss that particular folk talk, because it would have taken him lots of effort to come from Indonesia and give this talk over here. So I wanted to respect that as well, and I wanted to learn something. And I learned about Cilium, a lot of things, the architecture that he was telling it from L3 to L7, how it can be implemented in different ways. So it's not like if you have attended multiple KubeCons, the things you will find it that no, nothing new is happening. That's not at all the case. Every KubeCon I have been coming to, this is my third KubeCon actually. Yeah, and in KubeCon Delhi, I had only a 5-minute of lightning talk. That was my first KubeCon talk, which was around application development working group. That was the first one. The second one was in KubeCon India Hyderabad in 2025. I had a maintainer track by Kuverno, and then a panel discussion with Ram, Bhavani, and Anusha Hedge. We talked about security, and ours was the last talk. So that's why I attended the last talk as well today, because even so some people were asking me, you are a co-chair, you must not be attending the sessions, you're just, I'm like, no, I want to find time to attend these sessions as well, because how will my learning curve grow, right? So networking is one thing that is very important, but then when you come to these sessions, when you attend these sessions, you get to learn a lot of things, lot of tech that you can implement in your organization, or at least it gives you a starting point if you want to write about these things. So I'm a big advocate of writing what you know, and if it is technical, well and good. If it's non-technical, that's also fine. You can write about what you cooked for dinner. So yeah, as a coach, I just want to say that every opportunity that comes your way, you have to understand that if you don't give your best, so that the opportunity may go away and you won't even realize it, and it may not come back again. So just give your best, keep a realistic goal that you want to achieve in the process, and things will turn out good, hopefully. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sonali. I think that's where we're gonna take a kind of a tip from her. Opportunity will miss if you are not aware about it. So be aware. Be open to Slack channel of CNCF. We have one. We have community website. We do have a lot of collaboration going on. I'm also still learning. This is my first KubeCon. So coming from that background where I've been doing a lot of other non-KubeCon or non-CNCF talks and sessions, this is the first time I'm going to learn as an attendee as well. And thank you so much, Sonali, for everything what you have done. You have inspired me a lot before joining Improving. So I'm looking forward to what the journey ahead and contributing to DevRel as well. Thank you so much.